Hi folks, this is Vicki from patternprincess.com. Today I wanted to show you how to do this beautiful star stitch. I've actually just recently, I'm working on an afghan in this star stitch pattern and actually in the same color. This here is worked with the Karen 1 pound and I believe it was soft sage. I will have that pattern up for you on the website soon. But I wanted to show you how to work this stitch. It's just a lovely stitch. It's very easy to achieve once you figure out how to do it. It just took me a little bit to get started. And I wanted to show you here how to work this. So I've already got a chain here of 21 stitches. When you start the star stitch, it is a chain of multiples of 2 plus 1. So that means that you're going to want to crochet your chain as long as you want in even numbers and then add one chain onto that. Okay, and so now what we do first is we actually set this up with a single crochet row so that it looks nice so you don't have any gaps on the first row. So what I'm going to actually do is in the second, not the first, but in the second chain from the hook, this one here, I'm going to work a single crochet and then I'm going to work a single crochet in each stitch after that. And again, my sample size here I've done in 21 stitches, so you can see me work a number of the star stitches as we work through this. But this is a single crochet. You just insert your hook, bring the yarn through, and then bring the yarn through 2 loops. So this is your single crochet. I'm just going to work the whole thing here quick. And then we will start with a star stitch row. And the star stitch row consists of 2 rows to create that beautiful star pattern. One row is half the stitch, the star, and the other row completes the star. I just love the look of it, and for so long I've been wanting to learn this stitch. So I'm glad that I finally challenged myself. And now I did have to watch a couple videos, to be honest, and I've read a number of different patterns. The way that some folks start off the pattern and the way that the row is ended off and the way that the second row is done seems to be different in quite a few patterns. So this is the one, I've tried a few of the stitches. This is the one that I feel, we just finished our single crochet. This is the one that I feel has about the same height on the top stitch of the row versus the bottom stitch. So when you see this star stitch, this is half circle here. It's made from 2 rows. And this second row could be done in a single crochet, but I chose a half double crochet because I think it looks best with this pattern. So that's why I did that. Okay, so we've done our single crochet. We did 1 row of that. So now we're going to turn it. Okay, so now we're going to start the star stitch row, and this is the first row of the 2 row repeat to complete this stitch. So we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Not in that first chain, but in the second chain, this right here, we're going to work, well, we're going to work a single crochet, but we're only going to really pull up a loop. So we're going to insert our hook, pull up a loop, okay? And the next one, insert your hook, pull up a loop. And then right here, the next one, insert your hook, pull up a loop. We now have 4 loops on our hook. We're going to do this 2 more times. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, and insert your hook, pull up a loop. We now have 6 loops on our hook, okay? I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to bring this yarn through all 6 loops. Yarn over, bring it through the last loop. That completes that bottom half of that star stitch, okay? Now we're going to go to the next star stitch, and our first stitch is right here. So we go right back in here, yarn over, pull up a loop. Then our next stitch is right here. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops, right, from that first star stitch we did. So right here, between those 2, we're going to insert our hook, right here. See that? Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops. We're always going to, before we pull through the loops, we're always going to have 6. Our next stitch is right here. this is the last stitch that you ended that other star stitch on. We're going to go here, yarn over, pull up a loop. And then we're going to go the next 2 stitches. So here, pull up a loop, and go through here, pull up a loop. Got 6 loops again. Yarn over, pull through all 6 loops. Yarn over, go through that loop, and that completes the next one. So again, we're going to go through that first loop, yarn over, go through here, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over. Now we got 4 loops on the hook, right? And now we do the next 2 stitches over. So here's 1, 2, and then I kind of pull them so they're kind of like, as you can tell, before I put my hook through, I just kind of give them a little tug because that helps the hook go through, and then I yarn over and pull it through. That's our third. We're going to do another one. Yarn over, pull it through, yarn over here, and our third, and our fourth, and our 5th. So as I was actually working the blanket, I would just count for my 5th stitch because I already had that first loop on the hook. So we're going to pull through all the 6. We got just a couple more in this row to do, and then I'm going to show you how to do the returning row. 1, there's 4 loops? Got 2 more. I was too busy talking. Here we go. And yarn over and complete it. When you're just starting like this, it likes to squish up on you, but we're okay. Yarn over, go through the loop, bring it through, go through that one, and then that last stitch, and then the 2 more stitches. 1, 2. And I'd always count just to kind of eyeball it after a while. You can just eyeball and see the 6 stitches, and then you just pull it through. And pull it through one more time. And then yarn over, go through 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all 6, yarn over again, and then we're going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all 6, yarn over, complete it. We're getting close to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all 6. Now you should have 1 stitch left, which we do. Yarn over and do a half double crochet in that last stitch. So we've yarned over, put our hook through, and we yarn over and bring it through all 3. So that first row, oh, what did I do? There we go. That first row is complete. Now it may not look like much, see, but we got the bottom. So here, see, we're right here. Right there we are. We have the top row to go. But this is our chain, and this is our single crochet, and here's the bottom part of our star stitch. So now we're going to do the top part, and like I said, the row that we just finished, and this row coming up, this is what you will work the whole time. This stitch here, this is where some of the patterns called for a single crochet, but the one I found that I liked the best was that half double crochet. And if you'll notice, this side here does look different than this side here. This side has a little bit of holes in it, and it's just inherent in this stitch. This is how the stitch is going to look. It is a little bit different on both sides. Okay, I want to make sure I pointed that out. So what we do is we chain 1. That's just a turning chain. All right, yarn over. In this first spot here, where we joined all of our 6 yarn loops together, and then we did our yarn over and brought it through that last loop, we're going to work inside of here. Okay, right in this spot here, we're going to do 2 half double crochets. So yarn over, bring it through all 3 loops, yarn over, go right in that same spot, and bring it through all 3 loops. Yarn over, and then we're going to go to the next spot. The next spot is right here. So it's really easy to pick out. Here's a spot, there's a spot, there's a spot in each hole. So we're just going to be working in the holes. So this row goes really fast. All it is 2 half double crochets in each of those center holes. So you're making like a little flower, because that hole could be the center of the flower. And so, and because we are pulling it through a number of loops, I am holding the loops on here on the hook so that they don't go slipping off. And we're almost done. Got a couple more. And then I'll show you again how to start the next row off. That's the first repeating row again. This is, again, this is just made out of these 2 rows. Oops. And I oftentimes, when I got to the end, I would oftentimes be careful not to catch that in there, because that is where your last stitch goes. So you got this one spot here we got to do. And so here we go this way, and then yarn over, and then this is my last stitch right here. Is one half double crochet in that last stitch. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over, and look, we've made that star stitch. Does that look familiar? There it is. It's so that it's really pretty easy to achieve once I got it working here. So it's 1, 2, 3. There we go again with our, not in that first stitch, but the second one. We're going to yarn over and hold it, yarn over and hold it on, yarn over again. There's 4, 5, and 6 loops. Yarn over, bring it through all 6, yarn over, close it off. And so we are just going to repeat this. There's a piece of hair there. We're just going to repeat this all the way through, just like we did below. So we got 4, 5, 6, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And again, we just continue to repeat these 2 rows, and you'll end up with a lovely star stitch. And that's how you do the star stitch. And I hope that you give this a chance. Take a chance to learn this and take the time, because I think that there could be really some beautiful patterns made with this. Again, I'm starting with a blanket, and I think maybe a coffee cup holder might be kind of nice. There might be some other patterns I come up with. And then we got 5 and 1 more. Maybe even a shawl. We'll have to see where this all takes us. But I just love this stitch. I think it's a really pretty stitch. And I wonder what it would look like. As I say shawl, I really do wonder what it would look like in a fingering yarn, how this would turn out. Sometimes you just change the yarn, and it just completely gives the whole stitch a new look. So we'll see. You might be seeing one of those come up on the website soon. But I'm just going to finish this, and I want to make sure that you see where I put my stitch, last stitch, and that one here. So that's why I'm kind of making sure that I show you this row. One more time. 4, 5. So I'm trying to hurry through it here for you. 4 and 5. There we go. Yarn over, and then we have one more half double crochet in that last stitch. Remember, we did the last stitch here. We still have this one here. So I'm going to yarn over, and right there is my stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, and you half double crochet, and that closes it off. And then you, of course, make the end of the other side of your star stitch by doing your 2 half double crochets in each center stitch. So I hope that you have found this useful and enjoy making the star stitch. Thank you, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date. Take care.